Good evening. I am Mandy Shaw with my partner, Cynthia Anglin. Tonight, our 15 presenters are ready to amaze.
Tonight, they will show you who they are.
The first presenter is a kind and hardworking junior. The speaker is Kayla Black with her speech titled,
Love Yourself, Kayla Black.
Welcome everyone. My name is Kayla Black. I am 17 and currently a junior at Lindblom Math and Science Academy. But I've actually been going to Lindblom since 7th grade, and today I'll be talking about how that and my whole high school experience, even though it isn't over yet, has changed. But first, let's backtrack a little bit. I went to the elementary school, Vanderpool. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but I started going there in kindergarten and had the same group of friends that came with me to Lindblom. It was me and 2 other girls, and ironically, we all got accepted into the AC, otherwise known as the Academic Center. I was so excited until I got there and realized I had no classes with my friends. I was already in a new environment with new people, and now I was forced to make new friends. So as time went on, I started getting more into social media and started becoming friends with people in different grades and people with completely different mindsets as me. I was always the quiet type, so I'll be the person that listened and agreed, but never really stated my own opinions. And looking back, I think it was because I wanted people to like me and had this internal fear that they wouldn't. So eventually, I ended up losing myself because of this. A lot of people I surrounded myself with didn't truly know me, and to be honest, I didn't truly know myself. And this was all because I was letting those nerves and my fears control me. Deep down, I always knew I felt like this, but never truly acknowledged it until quarantine. So as you all know, we were in a worldwide pandemic starting last year around March, and I had to stay inside, which meant no school. Because of this pandemic, I was able to spend a lot of time with myself. During that time, I disregarded the person I was outside of school, outside of who my parents wanted me to be, and overall, outside of the person I thought I should be for everyone else. Instead, I learned who I was for me. So now I try my best to be me and be proud of the person I am and not let my nerves get to me as much. So I guess my call of action from me to you is to just love yourself. We're all so different, and those differences are what make us the person we truly are. Don't let anyone tell you who you should be, especially the media. I feel like a lot of young girls let the media play a big part in the way that they feel about their appearances and body images. So don't let others make you feel inferior because you may look different or even think different than them. And overall, just be you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla, for your message to love yourself and to be yourself, because no one can tell your story better than you. Our next speaker is passionate, selfless, and intelligent. The speaker is
Asada Young with her speech titled Curating Art Treasures. Curating Art Treasures, Asada Young.
Hello, everyone. My name's Asata Young. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a junior at Kingwood Academy. After high school, I plan to attend Spelman College, where I'll major in art history and minor in curatorial studies. With the help of my passionate and revolutionary nature, I plan to go into museum curating, where I'll advocate for representation and the decolonization of westernized museums. So, what do I mean by westernized museums? Historically, we see the lack of Black representation in museums. While museums might feature an exhibit or 2 around Black History Month, we must demand more, as this can be an important way for those to learn about their own history, as well as clear false narratives perpetuated by racism, as well as stereotypes. In entering the curating field, I hope to dismantle this idea of Black art being undesirable. However, I know this will be a challenge just because of the simple fact that Black art has not been preserved and people don't see it as worth storing. But this is a challenge that I'm willing to take. Another huge problem is cultural theft within Black history and art. Historically, many European museums are filled with stolen art, and now it is time to return these artifacts to their country of origin or back into African museums. Black artists like Kerry James Marshall, Cara Walker, Jordan Castile, and many more have gotten their foot in the door in working towards this idea of de-Westernizing museums, as their pieces represent Black culture and Black identity fully. Their art is appreciated all over the world. So in my future career, I will work and fight for the permanent art collections in these museums, so not just a month-long feature or a short exhibition. So as I reflected on what it means to me to advocate for representation and work towards the decolonization of museums, I landed on the idea that this summer I plan to curate my own art show highlighting teens of the Black, Latinx, and LGBTQ+ communities. These marginalized groups are typically underrepresented in museums and art exhibitions. The exhibit theme will be about identity and self, and hopefully take place in late July to early August. This will be my first stride in beginning my career in dismantling stereotypes rooted in racism, as well as giving teens like me a platform to share about themselves and their identity through art. I am super excited for this idea to come full circle. I know my passion and knowledge for this issue and topic will bring me far. This is something that I'm very passionate about, and I cannot wait to begin my career in doing it. So what can you do to help? Well, for one, support Black artists and curators. There are tons of creatives and artists in Chicago alone. Go out and support your peers. Second, advocate. There are many petitions supporting these causes of taking Black art back from European museums and returning them to their country of origin. Use your platform, use social media, and tell your friends about this cause. Lastly, come to my art show. As I mentioned before, I'm planning to roll this project out in late July, early August, so please look out for this event. I appreciate you all for listening, and I hope you will join me and support me in this mission. Thank you.
I can't wait to go to your art show. Thank you, Asada. Next, we welcome an independent and driven junior.
The speaker is Bailey Boone, with her speech titled Driven. Driven, Bailey Boone.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bailey Boone. I am 17 years old and I'm entering my senior year at Gwendolyn Brooks College Prep. I entered Brooks in 7th grade through the Academic Center program. This program helped me get ahead of the game. By the end of my sophomore year, I was on track to graduate early. I decided to stay at Brooks to finish high school because I wanted to experience my senior year. I'm a part of PSAC, which is short for Principal Student Advisory Council. With this club, I contribute to focus on planning social events around the school, such as pep rallies and homecomings. I was also recently selected to become a counseling department ambassador, which focuses on getting students prepared for post-secondary options. As for sports, I participated in softball and dance. I took a break from softball, but I am still dancing with Blue Royals majorettes. Outside of school, I am involved in different organizations such as Midwest College Project and Top Teens of America. After high school, I plan to attend an HBCU. My dream school is Xavier University of Louisiana. I plan to major in business, multimedia marketing, while minoring in mass communication. For my career, I want to work on a marketing team in the entertainment industry with a focus on films. My 3 IAMs are funny, independent, and driven. I consider myself to be funny because I am quick on my feet in awkward situations. I love to make the people around me comfortable by making them laugh. I am independent because I struggle with asking others for help. I only ask for help if I feel totally helpless at the end of my rope. I love the satisfaction of knowing I did something for myself. For example, during my sophomore year, I found a design for our class shirt and he pressed almost 200 shirts independently. I consider myself to be driven because once I have my mindset on something, I'm going to work hard to get it done. At the beginning of this school year, I found an organization that helps send senior classes on trips to different islands. I connected with this organization to send my class to the Bahamas, and it was brought to my attention the amount of students that will usually go from my school. After consistent communication, I became the official organizer for my senior class trip. I told myself I know I can make this number larger, and I did by 75%. Currently, I run a small t-shirt business that I started in 2018 called Tees by Bells and work as a part-time associate at Potbelly Sandwich Shop. I am an only child raised by my mother. However, my village has made a huge selfless impact in my life. With the help of my mom, my aunts, my grandparents, and family friends, it shaped me into the young woman I become today. Thank you.
What a beautiful tribute to the strong woman role models in your life. We are very proud of you, Bailey. Now help us welcome an outgoing and responsible athlete. The speaker is Brinaro White with his speech titled,
Work hard, play hard, Brinaro White.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brinaro White. I'm 17 years old and I attend Brother Rice High School, currently as a junior. There I'm involved in many activities such as basketball, track, the esports team, and before a little bit of chess. Outside of school, I'm involved in many programs such as the Midwest College Project, Chicago Scholars, Metro Squash, and last but not least, Toastmasters. These programs help me with a variety of life skills, one being how to take responsibility, public speaking skills, and staying on top of my academics. A great deal comes with being involved with these programs. I always have to make sure I stay on top of what's given to me, which is always work. But that is what makes me the person I am today, being responsible and taking care of what needs to be done. Which is why in the near future for college, I want to major in business and be the person to take charge as a business manager / entrepreneur. Being a business entrepreneur has always been a long time dream of mine. Just the thought of not having to be under nobody's rule sits just right with me and owning my very own company to run. You might wonder what I would do owning my own company. For 2 years now, I've been thinking about going towards a financial route and making the way I feel for myself. Now, away from that and moving forward to activities, I take many trips out of the country to Belize, where I spend an ample amount of time with family and enjoying the time spent out there. Spending time there, I would call my business vacation. From all the work I've been doing with programs and also school, staying on top of what is needed to be done. Branching off from that, I also like to listen to rap, which consists of rappers like Lil Baby, Drake, Migos, Lil Durk, and Future. And also a little bit of old school and house music, which some of you might not know too much about, but some people and groups are First Choice, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and the OJs. A little personal thing about me is that I'm a big sneakerhead and I love to shop. Some brands that I like are Nike, Jordan, which I don't own much of yet, and a little bit of Adidas. As you can see about all the things I've said, I like to work hard and play hard. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Brinaro. That was nicely done. Help us welcome our next speaker, who is a determined and considerate sophomore.
The speaker is Siera Lindsey with her speech titled, Little Steps Equal Bigger Impact. Little Steps Equal Bigger Impact, Siera Lindsey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Siera Lindsey. I am a 16-year-old sophomore at King College Prep, and I am an aspiring environmental engineer. An environmental engineer is someone that creates solutions to protect and improve the health of living organisms and the environment. One of my goals is to attend Howard University as a student athlete and enroll in their esteemed engineering program. Last season, I was captain of my volleyball team, and it allowed me to lead and learn to be considerate of my coaches and teammates. I am considerate because I've learned the importance of looking at situations from another person's point of view, rather than judging by my sole perspective. Not only am I considerate, but I am also kind. I am kind because I always treat others how I want to be treated. Being rude and disrespectful to others is just not a part of me, and it will lead me nowhere. Being considerate and kind lets others know that they can be comfortable when around me and that they can trust me as well. My teammates and I have created a respectful bond, and it has been a rewarding experience for me to be positive and encourage us all to be our best selves. For example, during a practice, I talked with my teammates consistently, and I asked them about their strengths and weaknesses. I used information from my coaches and videos online to give tips for improvement, all while working on my own skills. My teammates and I gel together really well and are looking forward to next season as we continue to develop. For the past 3 years, I have participated in Chicago State University's pre-freshman in science and engineering program. During this time, I have done a myriad of projects relating to renewable energy and resources, and I become very intrigued on this subject. I am determined to spread awareness about the impacts of climate change and global warming. What stands out to me is that with both global warming and climate change, we are slowly breaking down the Earth's atmosphere, which can cause radiation from the sun to hit the Earth's surface, and we could freeze. That should be frightening to all of us. Someone once told me that one cannot focus solely on self-preservation because thriving as a team is usually what takes them to greatness. My hope is that my academics and athleticism takes me places that will allow me to use my voice and skills to educate others about our environment and how we can regain its strength. I have faith that we, the human race, can take heed and make the necessary changes to better our Earth. So with this, I want to leave you all with a few words. Taking little steps can lead to a greater impact. Thank you.
We are so proud of you, Siera. Nicely done. Next up, we will hear from a junior who is sociable and kind.
The speaker is Bryson Magram with his speech titled Rising Senior. Rising Senior, Bryson Magram.
Hi, my name is Bryson Magram. I go to Mount Carmel High School and I'm a rising senior. Also, I'm 17 years old and my birthday is November 26, 2003. For my college days, I plan to major in communications. One of the main reasons I plan to major in communication because the transition into college from high school has been a bit of a struggle for me. I couldn't really find a career that I think would work out for me. I just couldn't see one that would fit me. I was looking for a major because it's an important part of your college transition. And I saw communications as a broad major that branched out to a lot of opportunities. This caught my attention because it's something broad that I could figure out as I go. And I'm not so like concrete, so I can really figure it out if I have some trouble, which is something I liked about that. Also, for high school, I didn't really like how they transition you with that. It's not really, maybe it's my high school, I don't know. But like, I feel they could explain majors a little bit more in some aspects. Maybe that's something I should look out like outside of high school for, but that's something I believe that should be taught in school. To explain a little bit about myself, I enjoy watching and playing sports, playing video games, and having fun times with my friends. Some of the sports I enjoy the most are football and basketball. I enjoy playing and watching both of these sports. I'm involved in extracurricular activities such as Midwest College Project and Toastmasters. Another extracurricular thing I do is I work at Nipsey's Restaurant and Lounge on 91st and Sunny. You should come check it out. It's pretty good down there. I'm the takeout cashier there. If you ever want to come pick up to-go food, I'll be there. Something personal about me is my grandparents have both survived cancer. My grandfather had lung cancer and now he only has one lung, but he is still alive and well. My grandmother had breast cancer as well. Something else about my family is my grandfather served in the Vietnam War, which I'll speak about a little bit later. Another thing about me personally is I enjoy listening to music. I like different kinds of music, but mostly rap and hip hop music. My favorite rapper is Lil Uzi Vert. Another thing personal about me is I also have a dog. His name is Kobe. He turned 1 year old past month. He's a pit bull. And now something I wanted to mention about veterans. This past Monday was Memorial Day, where we remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice to keep us safe. My grandfather was a veteran of the Vietnam War, and I'm very thankful that he is a big part of my life. He tells me stories about his service. I think it'll be a good deed to call up any veteran you know and say something nice to them. I hope you enjoy my presentation.
Bryson, thank you for reminding us to count our blessings and stand strong. A nice tribute to Memorial Day. Thank you. Our next speaker is a caring and helpful freshman.
The speaker is Kaytlyn Harper with her speech titled, The Go-To Person. The Go-To Person, Kaytlyn Harper.
Hi, my name is Kaytlyn Harper. I'm 14. My birthday is July 5th, and I'm going to be a sophomore in the fall, and I live on the south side of Chicago. One of my favorite things to do is go shopping with my friends because it's always so much fun and you have a good time. I also love going to amusement parks like Six Flags, but because of the pandemic, I haven't been able to go. My favorite ride at Six Flags is the Raging Bull because it goes so fast and it's fun. I also love collecting shoes. My favorite type of shoes are Jordan 1s, and I also love Air Max 270s. I am also a family girl, so I love spending time with my family, like playing board games or just talking. I love watching sports games or talking about sports with my dad. We like the Chicago Bulls, the Chicago Bears, and the White Sox. We don't like the Cubs in this household. My favorite subject in school is English. I would say I'm a very caring person. I love helping people out if they need it. My favorite type of music is house music and R&B, and some of my favorite artists are P&B Rock, Dua Lipa, Nicki Minaj, and One Direction. I will also love to take a dream vacation to Hawaii or Australia because the places are so beautiful and they have a lot of things to do there. I always want to succeed in life as much as I can and put myself in positions like getting good grades and staying focused on a goal. I'm also a very caring person because I care about everybody, like my friends and family. My friends can come to me about anything, and I'm there if they need to talk, rant, or just hang. I'm the person you go to if you need help with something or some advice. I really don't know what I want to do with my life or what I want to be when I grow up, but I do have a few options. Maybe something in the medical field, a sports broadcaster, or something in communications. And I want to end my speech on this. Mom, you are such a big role model in my life. You shaped me to be the loving and caring person I am. You're always there for me when I need you to uplift me. You do a lot of things for me and always want the best for me. And for that, I love you so much, and I'm so glad to have you in my life. Thank you.
Kaytlyn, that was amazing. We are so proud of you. Our next speaker is a leader who is compassionate and diligent.
The speaker is Jada Boyd with her speech titled Healthcare versus POC. Healthcare versus POC, Jada Boyd.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jada Boyd. I am 17 years old, youngest of 3 girls, and I am a junior at Gwin Brooks College Preparatory Academy. During my freshman year at Brooks, I was a part of the volleyball team, and I plan to become a part of the student ambassadors my senior year. I currently do not participate in any activities or programs in school. However, I'm an active participant in many other programs outside of school, including Metro Squash Chicago, MCP, Midwest College Project, Toastmasters, U Chicago Heart and Vascular Mentoring Program, and I was a former participant of Chi-Town Champions. During my time in Metro Squash, I am a student athlete that works with the game of squash. I worked with my academic goals with tutors, and I also was a fitness assistant where I worked as a trainer for kids under the age of 15. I also managed data provided by students and their growth. With Midwest College Project, I worked on public speaking skills, interview etiquette, and also worked on college readiness. That includes personal statement essays, college applications, etc. Also with Toastmasters, I worked on growing my public speaking skills. With Chi-Town Champions, I worked with many things such as leadership, tumbling skills, yes, gymnastics, and self-defense. With Youth Chicago Mentoring Program, I've had the opportunity to talk to many healthcare professionals and had a chance to ask questions regarding their field, whether it's research or surgery. I plan to go into the medical field myself. This will allow me to heal what some may think is impossible to heal and support many of the young African-American girls who aspire to go down the same path as I do. I also noticed with healthcare the difference between Black and Brown communities and white communities. With Black and Brown people, we tend to die off faster and at a higher rate than white people, and that can come from many reasons. The leading cause of death can be disease, cancer, or accidents. And the main reason why we die off faster is because we lack affordable healthcare or healthcare coverage in general. COVID-19 came January of 2020, but didn't hit us until March of 2020. Many people lost their jobs. Us students couldn't go back to school and we still aren't in school. And many people even caught COVID or lost family members due to coronavirus. The COVID tracker states that COVID-19 is affecting people of color the most. Black people have died 1.4 times the rate of white people. While people in wealthy communities have the right resources, people of color struggled. But this isn't the first time. In 2017, 10.6% of Black people and 16.1% of Latin Americans were uninsured and compared to 5.9% of white people. Also in 2017, 12.1% of Black people and 20.1% of Latin Americans under the age of 65 had no healthcare insurance coverage at all. Healthcare disparities have been an ongoing issue that has yet to be resolved, leading all the way back before the Civil Rights Movement. Another issue that we see in the healthcare field is lack of representation. And what I mean by representation is when you think of a doctor, you don't automatically think of me. You think of Dr. McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy. You don't automatically think of Dr. Bailey, a Black woman. But we can fix that issue as well. As the times go on, we start to see more representation, but we still lack a lot of it. The main thing that we can do to help the healthcare disparity is research and collect the data, analyze patient outcomes, and make healthcare easier to access all around. Healthcare disparities is a serious issue that we all can get rid of if we take a stand now, take charge, and make a change. Now, after hearing all the numbers and all the percentages that I given you, think, what is the next thing that I can do to help the people around me? Thank you.
Thank you, Jada. I will be proud to call you my doctor. Our final speaker before the break describes himself as funny, kind, and a little sassy. The speaker is
MJ Martin with his speech titled, Just Talk. Just Talk, MJ Martin.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Martin, or you can just call me MJ. Now, I want to paint a picture in your mind, if you will. Imagine a boy fresh out of middle school, mostly known for getting A's and B's, didn't really struggle much, had all the teachers praising him, and everything seemed to be going right. Then getting into high school, getting assigned 4 AP classes and AP Human Geography. They think, he's such a good kid, he'll be fine. Then that boy, third semester of his high school year, in engineering class actually, had a mental breakdown and was contemplating suicide. May sound shocking, but the fact is, that boy was me. But to get into it, out of middle school, I was so used to being able to pretty much get on by, having really to do any work, because middle school didn't honestly prepare me for that. They said you could turn in this, that, whatever, like 2 semesters ago, go ahead, turn it in, we don't really care. Then high school was pretty much life slapping me in the face, because immediately everything changed. Teachers were more serious, strict, had no late assignments, and I kind of almost made it out till I couldn't handle it anymore and broke down and was escorted to our safety officers, and they called my parents. And the one thing I could say to my mom when she asked me, why didn't you tell us, was, I didn't want to bother you. And I can honestly, because I've been told that every parent out there probably feels like that's a major blow to have your child say they didn't want to bother you with their issues. But going through this had me thinking about, what about anybody else? made me think about it, that 20% of teens go through depression and 15 to 20 go through symptoms at one time, but only 30% of those teens actually get treated for it. And that had me thinking, why such a low percentage are actually getting treated? But led me to believe most teens either A, don't want to talk about it, or B, just don't want to open up, they don't want to bother people or feel like they shouldn't be going through this as a social norm. Which had me think to myself, what if I could become somebody that could talk to people, which is why with my friends, I asked them, hey, are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? And most of them did, which had me also think about one other thing. If you are going through a mental state where you just honestly do not want to talk to anybody about it, talk to somebody. Even if a friend, a random person, someone you barely know, open up, talk. Because even doing this now, live in front of all of you, I can feel all that pressure from my depression that I used to have just disappear like it was never there. You feel the weight off your shoulders just disappear like it never was there. So my call to action for anybody here is just talk to somebody. Just talk.
MJ, thank you for your powerful message. We really appreciate you.
If you enjoyed the 9 speakers, make sure you write in the chat how much you appreciate them. I hope you've enjoyed the program so far. I really enjoyed looking at the chat and reading the comments about the speeches. We are about to continue with the rest of our program, so hold on to your seats. We have wonderful speeches continuing.
I have the pleasure of introducing a persistent, sweet, quick learner.
The speaker is Joy Belcher with her speech titled, "The Art of Persisting Through Procrastination." Sometimes, the art of persisting through procrastination, sometimes. Joy Belcher.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joy Belcher, and I'm 16 years old. I was born on September 26, 2004, which makes me a Libra. I'm a big fan of astrology, not an expert, but I know just enough to know that being a Libra serves me well because I'm very indecisive and I'm extremely diplomatic or peacemaker. I'm a junior at Brooks College Prep, along with our fellow Toastmasters, Jada and Bailey, where I'm the former Student Ambassador Vice President and the current Director of Communications of the Student Ambassadors for the rest of this year and next year. Also, I was recently elected Secretary of the Class of 2022. What I consider to be my strongest trait is my ability to feel comfortable in any situation. This gives me the ability to take control of whatever situation I'm in. After I graduate high school, I hope to go on to study architecture at the University of Southern California. It's my all-time dream school. I want to become an architect because I love creating, especially creating something aesthetically pleasing that people will use and enjoy on a daily basis. When I get my bachelor's in architecture, I want to go on to become an Imagineer at Disney. For those of you who don't know what Imagineers are, they're in charge of dreaming, designing, and building Disney theme parks, attractions, cruise ships, resorts, etc. Obviously, I would be an architect Imagineer. I would love to be an Imagineer because of the attention to detail that goes into designing these attractions. Imagineers have to think about not only what you see when visiting a park, a resort, or cruise ship, but also what you hear and smell. They have to consider so many things that most visitors don't even think of, but will definitely notice if they're not in place. I hope to work at or around Disneyland in particular because I would love to live in Los Angeles. Outside of my dreams and aspirations, there's a lot more to know about me. My favorite shows are anything crime related. My top 4 have to be Psych, NCIS, Criminal Minds, and Law & Order SVU. I'm also a new Harry Potter fan, a Slytherin, if you will. Some of my hobbies are meditating, exercising, which I don't do as much as I should, online shopping, and playing with my dogs. I have 2 Rottweilers, a 6-year-old named Boss and a 4-month-old named Royal. I don't play a sport because after I quit dance freshman year, it's been hard for me to find a sport that I really enjoy. I tried volleyball and I hated it, not necessarily because of the sport itself, but because of the specific club I was at. I'm hoping to get back into sports senior year. My IAMs, as Miss Mandy said, are that I'm persistent, sweet, and a quick learner. I say I'm persistent because if there's something I really want, I will stop at nothing to achieve it, nor will I let anyone or anything get in my way. You can always tell how interested I'm into something by how much effort I put in when I'm doing said thing. I say that I'm sweet because I genuinely care about people's feelings. Sometimes I even put my own feelings aside out of fear of hurting someone else's feelings. When something goes down, you will usually find me in the middle of it. Not meaning that I'm always in drama, because it's quite the opposite, but I usually have a hard time picking a side because I can always understand where each party is coming from. Some people think that I'm being fake or playing both sides, but the truth is that a lot of the time, I have difficulty explicitly saying who's right and who's wrong. This goes back to the indecisiveness and diplomatic trait that I get from being a Libra. I say I'm a quick learner, but I use this trait conditionally. Going back to my first IAM, I have to really want something to put a lot of effort into it. So if I don't care much about a subject matter, I won't put a lot of effort into learning it. But when I do put effort, I usually catch on pretty quickly. Because of this, I can be a big procrastinator, but because of my persistence, I always find a way to push through those times when I don't feel like doing anything and not only get my work done, but complete it to the best of my abilities. If there's one thing I want everyone to take away from this speech, it would be that we're all human and being human isn't synonymous with failure. I procrastinate, I'm not that good at math, and I can be lazy. And although most people see these as negative traits, I see them as proof of humanity. However, your humanity doesn't negate your ability to succeed. I've spent plenty of times comparing myself to others and over-idealizing my favorite celebrities. But despite their success, they're human too, and they make mistakes just like we do. And despite your flaws, you can succeed. And despite my tendency to procrastinate and the fact that my mental math can be off sometimes, I will graduate from USC with a bachelor's in architecture. And one day you will go to Disneyland and ride a roller coaster that was created from a blueprint that I designed. Thank you.
Joy, we simply cannot wait to go to the Disney park that you designed. Thank you for your speech.
Yes.
The next speaker describes herself as fun, outgoing, and a leader. The speaker is
Alexis Mackey, with her speech titled, My Voice. My Voice, Alexis Mackey.
Hello, everyone. So growing up, I was always around my parents' friends' children. We became so close that we started calling one another cousins. I was the youngest and only girl for a while until my cousin / my mom's best friend's daughter came around 2 years later. Being the only girl came with many perks, like always getting my way. My godmother would always be on my side about almost everything. She made the boys listen to me and do what I said since I was the only girl. At a young age, I developed a habit of thinking of all the outcomes of something so that I could go in my favor. Coming up with boys was fun, but also had its downside at times. They would forget that I was a young girl and would get a little too rough with me sometimes, but I feel that made me stronger in the long run. I also began to like a lot of different sports because of them. I started cheerleading when I was 4 years old, and I was actually supposed to begin at 5, but the coaches couldn't say no to my dimples. And also the head coach knew my parents from college. My older and only brother had track meets when I didn't have practices, so my mom, dad, and I would go and watch him at track meets. One day they asked the children in the stands if they wanted to race after one of the track meets. I volunteered and beat all of those kids. From then on, I started to love running and wanted to race my brother any chance I got. That one time of volunteering gave me so much confidence in myself that I volunteered for numerous activities when I got older, like playing games with the senior citizens. To me, it makes it easier to interact with others because I feel I am very versatile. Having that quality helped me to read different situations and determine the proper response. I appreciate the way I grew up because it made me gain a voice for myself and not only made me stronger physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Thank you.
Alexis, your dimples can wink. Thank you for blessing us with you and your message. Now help us welcome a kind and energetic junior. The speaker is Mason Griffin.
With his speech titled, Never Been Better. Never Been Better, Mason Griffin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mason Griffin. I am 15, a sophomore, and I attend Gwin Academy. Before I attended Gwin Academy, I went to the #1 school in the state, and it was a primarily white school. Because it was primarily white, I was one of the very few Black children to go there. Mainly, it was Black males. Because of that, I felt that I was being singled out by the adults and students. I didn't have many friends besides a few little Black kids who also had the same problem of being singled out. Later, when I moved to Kenwood Academy, I didn't know how to make many friends because of my lack of friends at Skidder North and me not being able to talk to many people. Because of that, I decided to start acting out or just doing things to make people notice me and notice the way I was. That was a mistake that I will never make again. Because of that, I had to go to the office many times, and the office had to call my parents, explain to them the things that I have done. That was only in my 7th grade year, but in my 8th grade year, I started to get disrespectful towards one of my favorite teachers. That teacher helped me out through that entire year in her class, because that was one of the most difficult classes I have ever had to take in my school career. But in 9th grade, I took that a step further. Instead of being disrespectful, I started to skip classes. I had a lot of classes skipped that year, and I even had to go to the dean. The dean put me in school detention, and he also threatened to suspend me for 2 weeks. My mother was also at the meeting with the dean. When we got out of that meeting, I saw the disappointment in my mother's eyes, and I decided to make things better. I haven't skipped a single class, and I made sure my grades went up. Currently, as a sophomore, I am on the honor roll with all A's and some B's, but I still on honor roll, and I feel like this is the best I have done in the past years of my school life. Thank you.
We are so proud of you, Mason. And we made this virtual background to celebrate your message. Never been better. If you would like a copy of this virtual background, just download it from the link showing on the screen. The next speaker of the evening describes herself as passionate, spunky, and open-minded.
Speaker is Lissette Allison with her speech titled, About an Aquarius. About an Aquarius, Lissette Allison.
Hi, my name is Lissette Allison, and I'm a rising senior at Chesterton High School. I am 17, and I was born on a Friday the 13th in the month of February, and that makes me an Aquarius. Aquariuses are supposed to be intelligent, independent, and emotionally detached, which I personally disagree with. I believe that I am very in tune with my emotions as well as the emotions of others. Now, I do agree that I am independent. I am very stubborn and I like things done my way. But the 2 programs that I have been in the longest, 4-H and show choir, have shaped that and helped me work better with others. 4-H, I was in from elementary school, so first grade until 8th grade. And 4-H is like Boys and Girl Scouts, but more environmentally based. So I spent many days outside, and I spent most of my days working through invasive species and getting rid of them in the Indiana Dunes National Park. And just working with other kids. It was really fun. And we even did fair projects for the Porter County Fair. In 4-H, I learned a lot about bees. And a fun fact about bees is that they understand if they sting you, they'll die. So they will headbutt you instead. And in high school, my freshman year, I joined show choir. And show choir, if you have seen the TV show Glee, is very much so like that. In show choir, I have to say, I think I have made all my friends throughout high school. And I'm very glad about that. I went from a really small school to a high school with over 2,000 people. And through show choir, I got to meet people in different grades than I am, and just so many like amazing people. And some of them I don't always agree with. But in show choir, you have to work together with people because it very much so is a team effort. You are graded and you are judged at competitions by how well you all work together. And working together is something that I want to carry on in my later career and as an adult. As an adult, I want to be a lawyer, and I want to help people who look like me and don't look like me feel comfortable and feel like they are supported by the legal system. And I want to do that through my service to community and through how I treat others.
Thank you, Lissette, for your collaborative spirit and service leadership. Next up, we will hear from a generous, hardworking, and determined 8th grader. The speaker is
Shaquille Jackson with his speech titled, "Don't Wait to Be Great." Don't wait to be great. Shaquille Jackson.
Good evening. My name is Shaquille Jackson. I'm 13 years old. I attend Ray Elementary, and I'm excited to say that I will be graduating in exactly 2 weeks, and I plan to go to De La Salle. So I'm a student athlete. I've been tap dancing since I was 4. I've been breakdancing since I was 7. I do a little bit of acting and modeling, and I even managed to sneak a little bit of being a best-selling author of a children's book called myIAM that helps kids deal with being bullied. So as you can imagine, these activities have kept me busy, but my biggest endeavor is starting my own organization to build awareness of homelessness in our world. Through my organization, Project myIAM, I have managed to impact over 50,000 men, women, and children across the world. With the help of family and friends, I provide temporary support to those in need by offering blessing bags filled with toiletry items like socks, masks, soap, mouthwash, hand sanitizer, tissue, and much more. Project myIAM has serviced over 70 cities, including Chicago, LA, DC, Oklahoma, Atlanta, as well as orphans in Africa, volcano victims in Guatemala, hurricane survivors in the Bahamas, Florida, Houston, and Puerto Rico. I have been running the organization since I was 8, so 5 years now because I'm 13. Did you guys know that there are over 550,000 homeless people in the United States? While all of them are not sleeping outside, about 20% of them do search for dry spaces to lie their heads on the streets. And the other 80% are drifters, living from couch to couch with family members and friends. These are all scary facts, and I believe that we can all stand tall to fight for those that are less fortunate. This is why my organization is so important. while I have these things, a lot of these things going for me up to this point, I also have to recognize that I have weaknesses and needs for improvement. I am very shy. I'm very socially awkward, which can sometimes have a negative effect on my organization and in everyday life. I also tend to procrastinate and not get the work done when needed, and these are attributes that I am committed to working on daily. My overall goal is to own my own NBA team and along the way plan to play professionally in the NBA while working to demolish homelessness. It's always been a dream of mine to think bigger than just playing basketball. I know that these things are lofty plans, but based on how my life has been going so far, I know that I can make it happen. I mean, LeBron James requested me to be a part of his Always Believe campaign, and President Obama requested to meet me and name me one of 2017's most influential people. So all this because of a blessing bag, because of my desire to want to help people in need. This is exactly why I tell the youth. Don't wait to be great. This is my motto that I live by. I feel like us as young people do not have to wait until we're adults to become change makers or start our own business, because we can do it right now.
Thank you, Jacqueline, for your inspiring message for teens. Don't wait to be great. I also share with adults that it's never too late to be great because there is no deadline for being great. Our final speaker of the evening describes herself as funny, smart, and curious. The speaker is
Cameron Dancy with her speech titled The Butterfly Effect. The Butterfly Effect, Cameron Dancy.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cameron Dancy, and some things about me are that I am 17 years old. I am currently in 11th grade, and I go to Lindblom Math and Science Academy, and I am also an Aquarius. I am funny, smart, and curious. I love making people laugh and seeing a smile brought upon my loved ones' faces as I entertain them. I love to expand my knowledge about facts, ranging from intellectual facts that I may use later in life to useless facts that I may never need again. I like to know a lot about things that interest me. I love to travel. Some places that I've been are Cancun, Jamaica, and Hawaii. I love to try new things, such as joining new clubs or getting a different hobby. My curiosity drives my adventure, and it's what makes me want to do so many different things in life. My favorite show is The Office. If I had to watch only one show for the rest of my life, it would be The Office. That is my desert island show. My favorite saying is, butterflies can't see their wings. They can't see how truly beautiful they are, but everybody else can. People are like that. They can't see their value or beauty, but other people can. I keep that in the back of my head as I think everybody else should, because you might not be able to see your beauty or value, but other people do. After high school, I do not know where I'm headed. As I previously expressed, I am very curious and I'm willing to try any and everything to find the perfect career for me. My passion is climate change. Our planet is dying and taking us with it, and we can do more than just sit back and do nothing. I have no set plans to help reverse or stop climate change, but I have implicated little habits in my life that help reverse it. I have started recycling, and I've also started purchasing from more environmentally conscious companies. Little changes like that help. So my question to you is, aren't you curious about what you can do to help save our world? If people can't see how truly beautiful the world is, show them. Like a butterfly, they might not see the beauty and value of their world, but you can. Be more curious about yourself and encourage others to be more curious, because curiosity helps us achieve greater understanding about ourselves, people who are different from us, in the world that we share. Thank you.
Let's give our speakers another round of virtual applause. Please join me in putting your hands up and show how much you love our speakers.
We are so proud of each one of you. Now, Ms. A and I have the distinct pleasure of presenting awards to recognize your communication, leadership, and bringing your whole self tonight.
Our first award goes to Joy Belcher, who served as president of the program and kicked off tonight's event with words of inspiration. Joy, please unmute yourself.
Joy, you touch the world with your beautiful words, mind, and heart. You are an Imagineer. Will you accept this award?
Yes, I definitely accept this award. Thank you all so much, Miss A and Miss Mandy, for leading this program. I have definitely improved my public speaking, so thank you so much.
Our next award goes to Jacqueline. Jacqueline, please unmute yourself.
Jacqueline, you are a trailblazer for what you do and continue to accomplish. Will you accept this award?
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for running this program. I definitely have improved my public speaking. And just thank you overall. This was really helpful.
Now we recognize Kaitlyn, who was our vice president for session number 6 of the program. Kaitlyn, please unmute yourself.
Kaitlyn, you are a giver who makes everyone around you feel welcome with your heart of gold. Would you accept this award?
Yes, I will happily accept this award. And I just want to say thank you to Miss Mandy and Miss A for giving me the opportunity and for helping me with my public speaking. And I also want to give Miss Jackie credit for allowing me to be in this program. And I also want to give a thanks to Miss Samantha Allison for telling my mom about this amazing program, the Midwest College Project and Toastmasters.
We are pleased to recognize Cameron. Cameron, please unmute yourself.
Cameron, you showed us that grace is all around us if we open our eyes, widen our heart, and develop our curiosity. Would you accept this award?
Yes, I accept this award. I'd like to say thank you to Miss A and Miss Mandy. I have truly learned a lot, and I will continue to bring this knowledge with me.
It is our pleasure to present the next award to Jada. Jada, please unmute yourself.
Jada, you amplify the voice of those who have been systemically silenced. You are a leader. Will you accept this award?
Yes, thank you so much to Miss A and Miss Mandy for this amazing opportunity to grow my speaking skills. Also, special thanks to Mama Crittle for introducing me to Toastmasters, just to give me this chance to grow as a young individual in this world. Thank you.
The next award goes to Bailey, who serves as secretary of the program for 2 sessions. Bailey, please unmute yourself.
Bailey, you are a visionary. Through your eyes, we see a bright future ahead. Would you accept this award?
Yes, I will happily accept this award, and I want to thank Miss A, Miss Mandy, Mr. Ivory, and Miss Crittle for allowing me to be in this program and growing my public speaking skills. Sorry.
We now have the pleasure of recognizing Brinaro, who served as vice president of the program for several sessions. Brinaro, please unmute yourself.
Brinaro, you are an entrepreneur who turns responsibility into productivity and possibility into opportunity. Would you accept this award?
Yes, I do. I would like to just say thank you to Miss A and Miss Mandy for all you guys have done for me throughout these few weeks. I really appreciate it. I take everything you guys gave to me. I will really take down the long run, and I would really like to thank Miss Crittle for getting me in this program. Actually, texting me and telling me I should be in here to further my public speaking, since just to get it out there and make it even better than it was before.
The next award goes to Siera. Siera, please unmute yourself.
Siera, you inspired us to start with the small things so that we can reach for the stars. You are a trendsetter. Will you accept this award?
Yes, I accept this award. I want to say thank you to Miss Mandy and Miss A for helping me with my public speaking, and that I'm surely positive that your help will come in handy in the future. Thank you.
Now we recognize Bryson, who served as vice president of the program for 5 sessions. Bryson, I'm session number 5. Bryson, please unmute yourself.
Bryson, life is not linear, and you are finding yourself in an organic, wholesome way. You are in the vanguard of self-discovery. Would you accept this award?
Yes, I would like to accept this award. I would also like to thank Toastmasters and MCP for the opportunity. Thank you very much. I will continue with these lessons you've taught me. I would like to thank you for your time as well, Miss A and Miss Mandy.
It's our pleasure to present the next award to Kayla, who served as Sergeant at Arms of the program for the final 2 sessions. Kayla, please unmute yourself.
Kayla, you represent veritas we seek in ourselves, because when we embrace who we are, like you said, truth will set us free. Would you accept this award?
Yes, I do accept this award. Thank you for having me be a part of Toastmasters. I definitely benefited from it. And thank you everyone for listening.
The next award goes to Mason. Mason, please unmute yourself.
Mason, we all face the challenge of losing ourselves in life sometimes, and finding ourselves is the ultimate win in life. You are a champion. Would you accept this award?
Yes, and I would like to thank Toastmasters and MCP Toastmasters because I appreciate you helping me get over my stutter with public speaking. So thank you so much for that.
The next award goes to Asada, who served as Sergeant at Arms for several sessions. Asada, please unmute yourself.
Asada, you will rewrite history. Would you accept this award?
Yes, I do. Thank you guys so much, Miss A, Miss Mandy, Miss Jackie. Thank you guys.
Now we recognize Lissette, who served as secretary of the program for the final 2 sessions. Lissette, please unmute yourself.
Lissette, You are an advocate who creates greater understanding among people and even among bees. Would you accept this award?
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Mandy and Miss A, for allowing me to be in this program. And thank you, Miss Jackie, for recommending me for this program.
Next, we have the pleasure of recognizing Alexis, who graduated from high school over the weekend. Alexis, please unmute yourself.
Alexis, you are an influencer who breaks boundaries. Would you accept this award?
Yes, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And thank you, Miss Jackie, for giving me that extra push.
Our final award goes to MJ, who served as secretary at the beginning of the program. MJ, please unmute yourself.
MJ, you represent hope in all of us. It's because of hope that we learn to forgive, to love, and to have faith even when it feels impossible. Would you accept this award?
I do, and want to extend a personal thanks to my parents and Miss Jackie for encouraging me to get into this program and help. And thank you, Toastmasters, for helping me convey my story in a good way for public speaking.
Wonderful. Congratulations to all 15 participants of Toastmasters Youth Leadership Program. As you know, life comes with many surprises and competing priorities. A special commendation goes to Joy, Kaitlyn, Bryson, Siera, Cameron, and MJ for attending every session of the program. Joy, Kaitlyn, Bryson, Siera, Cameron, and MJ, will you accept this award?
Yes, I will accept this award.
Yes, I will accept this award.
I will accept this award.
I will accept this award.
Yes, I'll accept this award.
Amazing, amazing. We know that for busy students, being part of the program and tonight's special event was a big commitment. Thank you all for being great.
And we are just so proud of you.
We have two loyal supporters of the Youth Leadership Program, and they are Miss Jackie of the Midwest College Project and Mr. Ivory of District 103 Toastmasters. Miss Jackie, Mr. Ivory, please unmute yourselves. We are honored to have Miss Jackie provide closing remarks, followed immediately by Mr. Ivory.
Hello, everybody. I hope you all can hear me. You know, it seems like each time that we have a finale event, I always have a multitask commitment. But what I knew was that without it just would never be a chance where I would not be present and accountable to witness this greatness. I'm just so proud because many of you I have watched over these last year, 2 years, evolve from somebody that was mealy-mouthed, quiet as a church mouse, not wanting to speak, not willing to project, not willing to participate, not willing to engage, to come to this. Every single solitary speaker today was outstanding. You spoke with confidence. If you read or if you memorized, it came off as authentic and organic, and you navigated it with perfection. I really was just very proud. I want to call special attention, not that I'm highlighting anyone in particular, but there is some some words that I want to impart upon you guys for growth process. Alexis Mackey. So Alexis is our only graduating senior that's here today. That is a huge undertaking because she had peers that were supposed to join her in this session and they declined. It didn't come easy for Alexis to do this, but Alexis is like family, and I did put the pedal to the metal and I pushed. But by session 2, Alexis texted me and was like, Miss Jackie, I actually like Toastmasters. I know I'm embarrassing you, but I said, say what? I can't believe it. So it's a growth process. You don't know what you don't know until you try it. And I am so empowered and inspired, Alexis, that you put your best foot forward and you followed this through, even with your work schedule and everything. You made it here, you survived, and you completed what you started. That is one of the most important things that you guys will learn, is that you finish what you start. So that's kudos to you, Alexis. The other one is for MJ. When you tell a life story that is that emotional and that serious of a subject matter, it takes a lot of courage. Sometimes people relive a moment, but what he has done is he has inspired and empowered others. And when I share this video on our YouTube and on our LinkedIn and on our Facebook and on our Instagram, I look forward to millions of young people being inspired by his journey, because I know that he's not the only one that's in that position. And so I am grateful for him, for his willingness to share. The other last piece that I want to say is that we have new students that join this program. And for many of those that have been with MCP for a while, it's easy for you guys to say, oh, Mama Crittle has us signed up and I'm just going to go along with it because it's part of the ritual. But Kaytlyn Harper was new to MCP. She had not yet even actually started our general programming, but I explained to her an offering that we might have, and she willingly, without any level of hesitation, decided that she wanted to move forward with this journey. And she did an outstanding job. Like Jacqueline, she's one of our youngest, and I am so proud of you, Kaytlyn, for joining. What a wonderful way to begin your journey with MCP. You will do exceedingly well here with us because you have an open mind and you're willing to try anything. And that's always a gift. The last piece that I want to say is to these instructors, to Ivory, to Cassandra, to Cynthia, to Mandy. You guys are just great. You know, when you start this journey and you're a one-man shop, you know, mostly MCP is a one-man shop, even though we partner with different entities and we have people come in and consult. For the most part, it's me. And when I find some partnership alliance that I can maintain where I can entrust my kids without me hovering, being a smother mother and watching and monitoring and know that they're going to be in good hands, that's a blessing. You have put my kids were in great hands. And I just thank you for your willingness to voluntarily take on this task and inspire my young people to greatness. They don't know, but you have laid the foundation for them to become and be able to do many great things in this life. I know that you don't always have to know everything you're talking about. You don't have to be the most informed on your subject matter, but how you articulate and how you come across and how you convey your thoughts will take you to move mountains and allow you to open many doors that might otherwise be closed. So they've laid the foundation. Now I set the charge. Toastmasters is always available. When you go to college and beyond, you can join Toastmasters. I encourage all of you to find a home with Toastmasters and continue this journey even after today, because this is just the beginning. They've just touched the tip of the iceberg. And so kudos to you as facilitators, instructors, and distinguished Toastmasters for your commitment and your willingness to see young people grow and go. I love you for that. I love you, MCP. And Ivory, I'll let you say your words because I'm long-winded. And I know Brinero's like, when is Mama Crittle going to end this? So.
Well, I would like to say I was really, really overwhelmed with all the wonderful speeches, and I took everyone in. You guys have it. You have something that is going to help you, because when you can tell people what you want, you usually can get it. Most kids cannot say what they want, but you guys can say what you want. And that's it. And Mandy and Cynthia, oh my goodness. I am so proud of you guys, because they kept me informed through email. And the way that they did this was another level. And I really appreciate you guys. And you will be getting your certificates at leading this project. Also, kids, you will be getting your certificates because you finished the program, and we have certificates we will be giving to Ms. Jackie to hand out to all you kids. And I just want to say great job for everybody. And parents, do you see what I say? Do you hear what I heard? You should be proud. This was awesome. Back to you guys.
Miss Jackie and Mr. Ivory, thank you for being great. And thank you all for being great and making tonight's special event extra special. The afterword to the program will be provided by distinguished Toastmaster Cassandra Lee.
Thank you so much, Mandy. Thank you so much to Miss A, to Miss Mama Crittle, to Ivory. You know, everyone, I had an opportunity over the weekend, I believe it was, to send an email to both Miss A and Miss Mandy to let them know from a distance how I've been enjoying the creativity they've brought to facilitating this particular youth leadership program. Participants, I want you to use whatever reaction icon you choose to use. Yet I want you to show some love to Miss A and to Miss Mandy, because I'm telling you, as past district director of District 103 Toastmasters, I've seen now approximately 12 different youth leadership programs happen within the last 2 years, and none have been as phenomenal as yours. And the reason it's been as phenomenal as it's been is, of course, because of you participants, for how you brought your A game to the program, yet it's also been because of your facilitators. Thank you so much, Mandy and Cynthia, for putting your heart, your creativity into leading this program. And as I heard every student tonight say, they took something away from the youth leadership program that they are definitely going to use their lives beyond this moment. To the students, you have definitely inspired us, you have informed us, and we are so excited about your future. I was listening to many of you and your stories. After a moment, I had in a box because I was exploding that you are future, and I am sitting back envisioning one day watching you on television. And I love the fact that the end of this program was you accepting an award, because in your lifetime, with all the great things you're going to do in your career, you are going to be accepting many, many more honors. Each time you're asked, will you accept this award? You do as you did tonight. You smile, you say, yes, I will accept this award, and know that you deserve it. Again, everyone, I want to thank you for the invitation. It was such a pleasure to be with you tonight. Mandy and Cynthia, thank you again for putting your all into this program. And to all the participants and your parents, thank you so much for supporting the Toastmaster program. And Miss Jackie, Mama Crittle,
We look forward to the next cohort. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.